to me, boy! Talk to Me, released in 2022, is the latest horror film that is sweeping the entire world, and it is directed by Danny and Michael Philippou, who are Australian YouTubers turned to feature-length film directors. And this movie is starring Sophie Wilde, Alexandra Jensen, Joe Bird, Otis Dunhee, Miranda Otto, Zoe Tarakis, Chris Aloisio, Marcus Johnson, and Alexandria Stephenson. A bunch of teenagers get together at a small little party to play a little game with each other. One of them has a ceramic hand that supposedly belonged to a psychic who could communicate with the dead, so the teens think it's fun to grab hold of the hand and say the words "talk to me." That way they can see some deranged spirit that is trapped in a purgatory-like state and eventually possess them for a short period of time. Well, Mia, who is our main character, holds on a little too long and starts seeing these demonic souls in her everyday life. So now she is questioning what is reality and is looking for a way to stop the illusions. Or are they illusions? Who knows? Is this entire thing an illusion? I'm kind of thinking it is. I feel like ever since the very first "talk to me and let me in" thing, this entire movie didn't actually happen. But that's just my theory. I'm sure there are many other theories out there with other YouTubers and reviewers, because this film has blown up like crazy. It's an Australian-made film, a small little thing, and it's made its way all throughout the world, and everyone seems to be talking about this. Fancy that, a movie called Talk to Me and everybody's talking about it. And for good reason. This is a very enjoyable and very creepy, I wouldn't say scary, but it definitely gets under your skin horror film. I love these small indie horror films where you can tell that a lot of attention to detail is had with this film. The lighting choices, the cinematography choices, and the acting performances. There's not a performance in here that really pissed me off. It's Halloween month, so I've been watching a lot of like classic horror films, classic slasher films. I just watched Jason Lives Part 6 of the whole Friday the 13th franchise. The acting in that is campy. Everyone is taking it way too seriously and is acting way over the top. Here, everyone has a subtleness to them. Everyone has a sense of naturalism and realism to their performance. Everyone comes across like this is happening in real life, even though the whole situation is pretty fantastical. Sophie Wilde, who plays Mia, our protagonist in here, is terrific. She is tormented. You can see all of the emotion on her face and in her physicality, and you feel for her. You want her to right the wrongs that she is creating with what she did at this party by holding on a little too long to the ceramic hand that is owned by a frickin' psychic. God, these dumbass teenagers. I said that the performances in here are great and they didn't piss me off. Now, the characters in this film, they piss me off so much. Just dumbass teenagers who feel like they can live forever and nothing is going to happen to them. That is why shit like this happens. You're all watching someone being possessed by an evil spirit. Their pupils are dilating like crazy. They are doing physical harm to themselves when they are in this possessed state. But yet it's still cool to whip out your phone and get it recorded. Oh my god, I want next turn, guys. You idiot children. You're children. You're not teenagers, you're children. And I know that Danny Philippou wrote this film with Billy Hinsman, and I could tell, being a Constantine Hellblazer fan myself, that they have probably read a few Hellblazer comics. I've heard a lot of people say, like, it's great to have these original horror films coming out today, these smaller independent horror films. And it's nice to have those independent horror films sent out, but I wouldn't call this original, because if you've read any Hellblazer comic, or if you've watched the show Supernatural, this is basically a story from one of those episodes or one of those comics. Some teenagers who don't know the power that they have or that they found play around with it until eventually it gets to a point where the evil on the other side burst through the door and they start wreaking havoc on everyone. That's when Constantine comes in and he settles everything. That's what I kept wanting to happen here. I was like, oh my god, John Constantine is gonna pop out from around the corner and send these demons back to hell. Maybe we'll get that. I know they announced that they're looking at a Talk to Me, the sequel to this original film. Maybe we'll see John Constantine show up there. I hope so. I love John Constantine, and this whole plot, these characters, is right up his alley. Putting it out there rid of James Gunn and Peter Safran, if you want to introduce Constantine to the DCU, I mean, you could just make Talk to Me and then Talk to Me just part of DCU canon and just send John Constantine in there. Just reintroduce him to the world. It would be awesome. Talk to Me is a wonderful, horrific psychological thriller that I want to go back and watch again. Many people have wanted to go back and watch again because it's so enticing. There's a lot of hidden aspects in here and a lot of theories that this film is producing. It doesn't give you a lot of the answers, but it makes you ask a lot of questions in a good way, to the point where you want to see more. Not to the point of like, wait, that didn't happen? That was stupid. Why didn't that happen? It should happen like this. The questions that are being presented in here are trying to find the proof that what is happening is real, or maybe it's all in Mia's head. I don't know. I think a lot of this ends up being in Mia's head if we get some more answers in the sequel. But it builds to a very creepy and beautiful climax. Again, I want to see these characters continue. I want to see this world continue. And to see where this goes, where that hand came from, what other avenues do these tormented spirits have to come back to the world and speak to people. Give me more. Give me Talk to Me. Give me Talk 3 Me. If that's what you're gonna call it. Probably not. That sounded stupid. But give me more of this franchise, please. I'm having a great time. I'm gonna give Talk to Me 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, if you've seen Talk to Me, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you'll know the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.